guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Tuesday, February 23rd. Okay, so it's the day after the full moon, and so I want to talk about a lot of the energy that we're going to be having this week, because as the full moon accumulates energy, or it creates that ending, or it creates, it completes that cycle of whatever it has completed for you. There was a lot more energies at play at the time, but it was just very difficult to have enough time to go into all of them. So one of the things I want to cover is at the time of the full moon, and of course today, it's carrying in today, the moon in Virgo was conjunct Jupiter and conjunct the North Node. And so I want to tell you a little bit about what a conjunction is. For some of you that are not astrology buffs, a conjunction is where the combined planets, whatever is sitting right next to each other, they become, they unite, their energies unite. And so when one energy influences a particular aspect of your behavior, because each planet each planet has its own power over a portion of your chart, or a portion of your life, or a portion of your environment. But when they merge together and they are very, very close together, they're not aligned. Aligned is in the exact same degree. But when they're very, very close together, and usually that's about around 9 degrees and under, it forms what's called a conjunction. And so these energies set each other off, especially if we have multiple planets. And in this case, we have the North Node, which has been conjunct with Jupiter. And then we have it conjunct with the moon in Virgo. So this has a lot to do with how well you function in extremes. It's a great time to evaluate your routines. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So for most of you, if there was some sort of cumulative ending, it was because whatever ended it needed to end so that you could push forward, and it may have been something that was holding you back. Now, anytime you have it in Virgo energy, that usually means it has something to do with, mental health, physical health, any sort of ritual or routine. It could mean for some of you, what's ending is the fact that you're done with a particular dysfunctional part of your life and you're ready to make your life very functional in that area. For some of you, it meant that there was cumulative, it came to the point to where you could no longer avoid dealing with a health concern or a health issue, or maintaining those health issues. And for some of you, it was, I'm going to commit to a routine. My weight isn't where I want to do. I'm really interested in creating some rituals that are powerful. For some of you, a coping method could have got out of control, and it just became apparent that, some people may have had that uncomfortable conversation with a partner that's like, if you don't change this aspect, this part of you, then you know what, we're not moving forward in life. And that's possible when you have that kind of conjunction. When all of this is aligning with the North Node, however, this is bigger than that. This is you have to take care of this, because there's something that is stifling you or sabotaging you or not allowing you to move forward and ascend, or to pull back that next layer, or to write that next chapter in your life. So there's something that you need to do to change that. So Jupiter is going to make that expand. And remember, if this is something negative, it makes it expand in a negative way. If it's something positive, it makes it expand in a very positive outcome, or it gives you those right answers, or it creates a massive opportunity for you to, really get yourself back on track. So for some of you, it is about, going to the doctor's appointments. It's about the routines. It's about, okay, I need to set up a physical therapy routine, or I need to help somebody. This is energy that is usually Virgo energy helps others. It's the nurse of the zodiac. So it could mean that you have to be there for somebody who has a health issue or has some sort of extreme issue in their life that you have to provide some support for. It is the service-oriented part of energy. So for some of you, this could mean you have to come to somebody's rescue. You have to create routines for somebody. You have to help them, you know, go through their routines, to get them to their next level. So it's a very interesting energy, but it is still in today. And we have some other important conjunctions to talk about, because as I go through the week, I think it's important to understand that planets are working simultaneously together, which is intensifying energy. So if some of you are feeling like the energy is very extreme, it's because we have a lot of planets that set each other off because they're just side by side supporting each other. Or the power of those two planets combined is like the Wonder Twins. When they like, Wonder Twin powers activate, they put their pinkies together, form of water or whatever, and they become a united force to be reckoned with. So the sun in Pisces is going to be conjunct with Neptune in Pisces. Now, this is immutable energy. We also had all that Virgo energy that was also in mutable energy. So anytime we have mutable energy, that means that the change that needs to be made is something that you're going to have to adapt to. It's something that you're going to have to look at it and not get stuck in whatever regiment, you know, that, you know, it's not fixed. There's no way to be fixed. You have to be pliable, mutable, bendable, adaptable. All those are powerful words that you will be using through this week. So many of you are going to feel that love is going to intensify, that compassion for others, compassion for circumstances, creating some sort of hopeful, energy in a situation that may not be hopeful. You're going to be encouraging that for some of you. This is intuition is running at an all-time high. Anytime you get your sun, your desire, your soul connected to Piscean energy, this is the energy that connects you to your soul, but to the universe, to the spiritual realms, to the guides, to your angels, to whatever. So some of you are getting very clear messages. The messages seem to be, you know, you'll get them a lot in your dreams. This is very, anytime you're unconscious, this stuff will be very, very apparent for you. I know I've had tremendously more dreams lately than I ever have. Romance, charm, love is all part of a soul growth experience. Some of you are going to become very vulnerable. Some of you are just going to open your hearts. And by doing that, you're challenging some of your vulnerabilities to let somebody in. Mercury is going to be in Aquarius as well. When this day is going on, it's going to be conjunct with Venus. So this is, okay, so in your desires, in your sun, in your soul, and in the way that you idealize, that's going to be in very dreamy, mutable energy. Your routines and the way that you methodically go through life, your rituals, that's all going to be sitting in Virgo energy, and that's going to be emotionally motivated because the moon is conjunct with Jupiter, so it's expanding these emotional issues. For some of you, this could be just expanding, you know, you could be hypercritical, or you could feel like everybody's being hypercritical of you. But when Mercury, your mind, is conjunct with Venus, this has a lot to do with fixed energy, fire. So for some of you, this isn't about letting go of something. Once you have your mind locked and loaded on it, you're going to find a way to have dreams or hope meet reality, and rituals being supported by your mind. So for some of you that are really hopeful to turn around addiction, any sort of addiction, it doesn't matter what it is, any sort of ritual that doesn't serve you, any sort of way that sabotages you, you have the power in this week to really make some dramatic changes and make them stick. They are in fixed Aquarian energy, which means that you have the ability to think outside the box. You're not going to get caught in some sort of limiting belief system. It could be messages that come to you from odd sources, odd places. It could be some sort of shocking experience that provides you with the clarity that you need to change these areas, or that you need to help. Some of this stuff that's happening to you could be coming out of just like the blue, and it seems like you have to just drastically change the direction of something because it's not something you can avoid. It's like that tree falling down in the road and you have to swerve your car to get around it. So your mind is going to be aligned with the ones that are closest to you. This has a lot to do with your relationships. And remember, relationships are on all levels. It could be, for some of us, this could be our closest relationships are some of our work relationships. And there could be something that comes up with a work relationship where they have some dramatic health issue where you've got to come to the rescue and you've got to pick up the slack and make that commitment to that. And you've got to learn something really fast because you come to the aid of somebody else. Jupiter may expand your responsibilities in this energy. Again, whatever Jupiter touches, it expands. So for some of you, this is about having to share your ideas, your concepts. This is about you, for some of you, being there for the people that need the help. This is very humanitarian energy. So this is about supporting a loved one, supporting your friends, supporting them on social media. This is about coming to the rescue for some of you. For some of you that are more fortunate, you're going to feel like helping people that are less fortunate than you this week. So, I mean, that's just the general conjunctions that are going on, but I do want to talk about today's energy, but I do need to kind of lay that foundation because we have a lot astrologically going on. So, we have a lot of beautiful energy. So I want you to trust your intuition today, and I want you to trust your intuition more than you trust what you see. I want you to trust what you feel. When the sun is conjunct with Neptune and you have your moon, your emotions, conjunct with the North Node, this is about following your gut, following your intuition. This is about aligning yourself with your spiritual guides. This is about your belief systems, really giving you that support more over than what you see. It's almost like because what you see right now could be cloudy. It could be, you could misinterpret it. You could be highly confused by some of the situations that are happening because the changes may be so dramatic that you're not understanding what was the whole point behind it all. So I want you to just trust your gut and pray a lot. For some of you that are religious, talk to your guides, do a lot of meditation, whatever it takes for you to clear your energy and keep everything going in the right direction. That's what I would suggest you do. I want you to submit to the mindset that you shouldn't do anything the way that you've always done it. This energy is changing things up. It's stirring the pot of fate and destiny and hope. And it's really, for some of us, quite shocking, some of the manifesting that we're going through and at the degree and the speed of which it's coming at us. And so I think there's just this need to make sense of it all, but we can't quite do that yet because we have a lot to work through, and I'll talk about that later this week. So moving forward, the only way to create a new future is going to be filled with opportunity. Holding on to past-based things is going to be where we kind of hold on to suffering and mental instability. So this is about forward movement, whether we want to or not. For some of us, we're not going to be given that opportunity to choose, because unfortunately we're going to kind of get shoved in that direction. Now, negative vibration in today is that we still have a lot of the power players still going at it. So we still have Pluto and Capricorn squaring off with Uranus and Aries. We have Neptune and Pisces squaring off with Saturn, and we have the Sun squaring off with Mars. So some of you may feel like reality defines you and your future outcomes. So for some of you that are feeling like these changes are coming and you're not happy about what's going on, you're feeling like that is what's defining you. And I want you guys to know that that isn't what is defining you. You couldn't, if you took your life probably 6 months from now, I don't think you're going to understand that you were once, you can't see 6 months from now from where you stand right now, because it's going to dramatically change an outcome for sure. So there is a lot of ego and stability and foundation and structure and control and forward energy, but how do you move forward? And there's lots and lots of confusion going on right now. So fear is going to generate from this, right? Fear of losing control, or lack of belief that you have this all figured out, or you're going to be waiting for a sign, but there is so much stimulation going on around you energetically that the signs can be somewhat confusing. It's like if you had too many signs pointing you in all different directions, it's like you have to stand there and look at the signs and really interpret them. And we're going to be doing that this week. For some, it's getting caught in lies. For some, it's getting caught for committing crimes. This energy is going to start making people accountable for some of the ways that they go through life being self-indulgent. This is about being there for others energy. And if you are taking from others, this is accountability time. This is incarceration time. This is the legal system defining where your future is going to be going for some of you that can't seem to control your impulses or control your desire to either dominate or control, or to have something at the expense of others. For some of you, it's going to be quite defining there. For some of you, it's just going to be the fear that you're destined to relive the past over and over again. So you're almost scared to make a decision. And I don't want to go on too much longer because I'm making this too long, but I do want to tell you that as we go through this week, the sign is going to get clearer, but for the next couple weeks, we're going to have a yod come up that's going to help us decipher some of this. But it's like a puzzle we got to figure out for the next couple weeks, so hang in there. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.